Hi, welcome to the channel. Today's video is titled Teyana Taylor and Aaron Pierre's Fake Love Story Can't Save Her Career. Who said their relationship or whatever is fake? If they are in love, then they are in love. If they're not in love, then I don't know. But still, we're gonna check this video together, and I would love your thoughts and your contribution in the comments below. Let's dive right in.
In the 2000s, Teyana Taylor entered the public eye with a force that felt almost predestined. She had the look, the charisma, the body, and the backing of powerful industry figures. Every headline suggested that this was the girl who could dominate the charts. But in the shadows of that promise lurked something else, something less predictable. The music industry is built on the ability to identify stars, polish them into icons, and push them into the mainstream. Teyana was given that same machine, but like gears grinding without oil, the mechanism didn't always spin in her favor. While other artists from her era seamlessly transitioned into radio heavyweights or pop culture fixtures, she hasn't experienced the same success. Even after linking up with actor Aaron Pierre in what many call a PR relationship, her latest album was a complete flop, and we think we know why. Before y'all fix your fingers to tell us we're reaching with this topic,
They always got something to say, don't they, Bestie?
don't forget to scoop up something to munch on.
Okay. Yeah, a bit. Forward. Yeah.
Teyana's beginnings reflected the hunger of a Harlem girl with ambition too big for her surroundings. Her influences were rooted in the eclectic soundscapes of hip-hop and R&B that dominated the streets. From an early age, she was immersed in performance, dance, and style, often described as the girl who could outshine anyone in the room. That early energy caught the attention of the industry, landing her in the orbit of Pharrell Williams. Signing to Pharrell's imprint should have been the beginning of a fairy tale. He was one of the most powerful producers of his era, and his co-sign was the kind of validation that most new artists could only dream of. She signed with Pharrell's Star Trek Entertainment imprint. Teyana said Pharrell really wanted to have children at the time, so he was excited when Teyana started calling him Pops. Their bond continued to deepen as Pharrell called himself Skateboard P and Teyana referred to herself as Skateboard T. They even wore matching clothing.
Oh, ain't that cute?
Her
Wow.
early image was crafted around authenticity and rawness. In the 2000s, when MySpace aesthetics and streetwear dominance blurred the lines between underground cool and mainstream recognition, Teyana was a perfect fit. She wasn't manufactured, she was organic, the kind of artist who seemed to live the lifestyle she promoted. For a moment, that authenticity felt like it would be her ticket to longevity. From there,
Let me also say this, right? I just think that, you know, lots of the time, these celebrities, when they start off, they start with great energy, so energetic, but when they're at the peak of their career, because because they're signed to agencies and the pressure to release an album or release a song to be at the top or to meet the demands of the agency or audience demand or to keep up. I think the pressure sometimes takes a toll on them, right? And lots of people don't know how to handle pressure so well. I would say many people, even us as regular people, we don't know how to cope well during pressure. There are some people that do well under pressure. There are some that don't do well under pressure. So I think I would also give them the grace as artists because it's not easy trying to keep up, checking the trend. Yeah, they've got people who's gonna do that for them, but them, most majority of the time, they are the ones because they are public figures and their face is the brand, right? Or they are the brand. People expect so much from them, so lots of the time they are not expected to fail. They are bound not to fail. So the pressure on them is Wesa, right? It's tough on them. I'm just gonna say that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna give them a bit some credit. Yeah, give her some credit.
From there, the machine was put into action to get Teyana the maximum amount of exposure. She appeared on MTV's My Super Sweet 16 and dropped her first single, Google Me, in 2008. The song charted on the Billboard Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs list, peaking at number 90.
90? Is that all? Girl, the way you gassing it up, I would have thought it was a #1 hit. I thought maybe I just hadn't heard of it. Oh, number 90. Okay then. All right.
Well, Auntie Regina, you're right. It wasn't a smash, but it was enough to put her name in rotation. At the time, there was a sense that this was simply the introduction or an appetizer to a much larger meal, or so she thought. By the time the single was released, her professional relationship with Pharrell was on its last leg. Teyana admitted that she had put him on a pedestal, so she was devastated when he didn't protect her from outsiders who began to mismanage her career. According to Teyana, Pharrell was too non-confrontational, and he allowed other people to break them apart. That was no surprise to people who understood Pharrell's track record. His label was allegedly notorious for mismanaging its roster. Artists have spoken about waiting for their albums to be released, waiting for promotion, and waiting for some sense of direction, like Khalees, for example. Khalees has spoken publicly about feeling misled by Pharrell, claiming she was told that the profits from her first 2 albums would be split evenly, but she received nothing due to being blatantly lied to and tricked. Her time on Pharrell's label came to an end, and her debut album was never released. The anticipation that had been built up around her name began to dissipate, and in an industry where attention is currency, every delay drained her momentum. While contemporaries like Rihanna skyrocketed into superstardom, Teyana was left feeling confused about what steps to take next. And this is exactly what happens when an artist has the industry's validation without the industry's investment. After leaving Star Trek and signing with Kanye West's Good Music in 2012, success for Teyana seemed undeniable. Kanye had reshaped hip-hop's cultural center, and being under his wing promised both visibility and credibility. Teyana appeared on his 2012 Cruel Summer compilation album, her vocals draped across tracks that featured some of the most powerful names in the game. In theory, this was the bridge that would finally carry her into the mainstream, but the rollout of her music told a different story. Her 2014 debut studio album, 7, received critical praise but minimal label support. Kanye's ass didn't even make an appearance on the album.
A damn shame.
It debuted at number 19 on the Billboard 200, and the momentum fizzled almost immediately. The singles didn't climb high enough to cement her in the public eye. It was clear by that point. Teyana was talented but overlooked, valuable enough to keep but not valuable enough to fully invest in.
Invest.
Oh, poor little Tink Tink.
And that's what happens to lots of artists. You see, they have the aura, they have the talent, right? But lots of people don't want to invest. And I just think that lots of in agency in like the industry doesn't want to invest. And I just think that sometimes the entertainment industry itself, they push or they present people towards that I'm not gonna say don't have talent, but I mean that they just want their face, right? Because do you think I'm genuinely asking this question, do you think that the industry promotes talent as opposed to do you think the industry promotes talent more than who is going to make money for them more? For me, if I'm being honest, if I were to answer the question, I would say profit over talent, because for them it's business, right? And most of them, it's business first before anything. So give them the money, then they'll see, okay, maybe if your talent or if they want to push your talent forward. But obviously lots of them are business people, so the business comes first before the talent, which sometimes it can be daunting on some people's career.
During the 2016 MTV Video Music Awards, Kanye released his music video for the song Fade, which featured a scantily clad Teyana and her baby daddy, who later became her husband, Iman Shumpert, looking sexy as hell. While Teyana hoped Kanye's label would drop her sophomore album shortly after the premiere to capitalize on the attention she was receiving, Kanye dropped the ball.
What else is new, girl? Damn.
It wasn't until 2018 that Kanye's label finally released her second studio album, KTSE. The album included some decent personal tracks, including a song about how she and Iman love to add a third person to their bedroom. She felt the wrath of her fans, who were disappointed in the lyrics of the song. So she took to her Twitter and responded to a follower with, "Just because I repeat me, enjoy bussin' down from time to time with my husband doesn't mean I don't respect self. So you should go and enjoy your whack-ass sex life and stay out of mine."
Oh, no, the hell she didn't.
And this is what we talk about, like what we just talked about. I think the question that I just asked, talent over profit, right? What is going to sell? Put it out there. Because, yeah, up until now, people were not talking about her. But when she put out something, people be like, "Oh, wait, what? This looks like interesting information. Google and da 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 da." You see? That's what the industry does. And you wonder why lots of the people with talent, they don't, like, they fade out.
So you should go and enjoy your whack-ass sex life and stay out of mine.
Oh, no, the hell she didn't. And
She also confirmed during a chat with the Bumble dating app that she was the one who initiated their encounters. In another song called Issues, Hold On, she explores all the ugly feelings that come with being in love in the public eye, alluding to possible marital issues. But no matter how much she revealed about her personal life, nothing really worked. The album barely peaked at number 17 on the charts. In other words, nobody was checking for Teyana or her music. From there, she did what most artists do best when they need to resuscitate their career. She headed to reality TV.
Oh, Lord, fix it, Black Jesus.
The reality show Teyana and Iman premiered in March 2018 and was supposed to contain 8 episodes. But when the show went off the air after episode 6, rumors emerged that Teyana and Iman had split up after he was caught cheating on her.
That ninja.
She gave birth to their second daughter, Rue, in September 2020. And then they signed up for a new reality show in 2021 called We Got Love, Teyana and Iman. But after a successful first season, the show wasn't renewed for season 2, which sparked even more breakup rumors. As we now know, Teyana and Iman's marriage was deeply fractured with infidelity issues, financial disparities, and allegations that Iman was jealous of her career. She released another album on Juneteenth 2020 called The Album.
Oh, that's original.
Teyana threw an album release party, smack dab in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. She received more press for hosting a party and not following quarantine protocols than for the album.
She just can't win, huh?
After experiencing numerous disappointments in the industry and 5 months after the album's release, she announced her retirement. During a visit to Cam Newton's Sip and Smoke series, Teyana said she stepped away because she felt unseen. She was also disappointed with how Kanye's label handled her. She added, "I felt like the label wasn't really hearing me and seeing me. I felt underappreciated. So for my mental health, my mental well-being, for my kids, let me just put this on ice for a little bit." She focused on other projects, such as starring in the 2023 movie 1001. In 2023, she announced that she and Iman had separated. Although she intended for it to be an amicable parting for the sake of their daughters, it turned into a hot, stinking mess. We broke it all down in a previous video, which is linked in our description box. Teyana and
Let me say this, yeah. Regardless, I still believe she's talent. She's talented. She's got talent. She's got it in her. And yeah, again, I'm also gonna say, you can't control how the market is gonna receive you or how the audience is gonna receive you, regardless of how talented you are. Because it seems like people love messy, people love chaos, people love crazy things out there, right? And when you put it out there, for some, it's gonna sell because people are so used to not like, how do I put it? There's a word for it. If you've watched Empire and Star, all produced by Lee Daniels, you would understand that. Like, this is how they work, how the industry works, right? The entertainment industry, is profit over talent. They really don't care if you're talented. Make them the money. That's what they care about. Sell the story. Sell a story that is profitable, that will make people talk, that will make headlines, that is appetizing. Yeah, appetizing to the audience. Sell the story. And you see how, like, sometimes lots of celebrities, they put a particular narrative, or the us artists, right, they put out a particular story of theirs that will get people talking. That's because it is the profit they're after, not the talent. Those, don't get me wrong, there are people who's got the talent that are consistent, or that have stayed, but aside that, they also like mix it with what is gonna get people talking, right? And it's a mix of both. But for some, it's just what is gonna get people talking. And you can also see that over the years for lots of artists, it's consistent for them. So I just think that she's talented, but I just think that maybe people are not ready for her talent. They want controversy, and maybe she doesn't have that messy story to sell, or she doesn't have a story to sell to people that will get people talking, or maybe she doesn't want to put her story out there. She just will care about the talent. Yeah, because that also works. But yeah, she's just talented. I just think that. What do you think?
Turned into a hot, stankin' mess. We broke it all down in a previous video, which is linked in our description box. Teyana and Iman's divorce was finalized in 2024, and she moved on with Aaron Pierre.
That's Mufasa.
Teyana and Aaron first sparked romance rumors when they were seated together at the American Black Film Festival Honors in February 2025. The following month, the mom of two seemingly confirmed they were an item after she shared photos of them at the 2025 Oscars. In June 2025, they pretty much confirmed their relationship when they were caught smooching at Aaron's surprise 31st birthday party. That same month, Teyana released the music video for her new single, Long Time, which features a cameo by Aaron. Now, Aaron was having his moment after fans noticed his thang was thangin' as he shimmied down Jennifer Hudson's Spirit Tunnel. So naturally, people thought that Teyana was using him for PR to revive her struggling career.
And by people, you mean RRG, don't you? That's what you mean.
Her fourth studio album, Escape Room, was released on August 22, 2025, on her own imprint, Tailor Made Enterprises. It debuted at number 67 on the Billboard charts.
Well, damn. Maybe she need to find something else to do. I mean, maybe music just ain't it.
But let me just say this. If regardless she still sort of make it to the Billboard, we've got lots of artists. Not every artist is gonna make it to number one. Or not many artists is going to make it to number 100 or number 10. And I just think if she sort of find a way around the Billboard, maybe not at what everybody expected, but do you think we're ever going to have more than one person making it to number one? Like, no, we can't have. There's always number one, two, three. So one person is always going to be number one, another number two, number three. That is just how it is. So for me, I just think if she makes it to whatever number, as long as it's on the Billboard chart, it's still fair. It's still okay, right? It's still okay. And I don't think it's anything to compare or whatever, because we've got lots of artists out there. So if somebody does not make it to number one, somebody else is also going to make it to number one. That's how it works.
67 on the Billboard charts.
Well, damn. Maybe she need to find something else to do. I mean, maybe music just ain't it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's Maybelline.
So not even Aaron was able to bounce her juicy cakes into relevancy.
Bestie, you messy as hell. Not the juicy cakes.
Teyana's decision to parade Aaron around as her new romantic interest is the kind of PR maneuver that often looks strategic on paper, but does little to shift the reality of a career's trajectory. In the entertainment industry, coupling is a tried and true tool for grabbing headlines and keeping a name in circulation. But in her case, the move has exposed the gap between visibility and relevance. The relationship feels like a spectacle without substance. In certain circles, Aaron carries credibility as a rising star, but his profile doesn't align with the type of widespread mainstream visibility that Teyana needs. For a PR relationship to truly amplify an artist's platform, the partner has to be in a position of cultural dominance, someone who brings both media coverage and consumer influence.
So in other words, she need like a Jay-Z by her side. That what you trying to say, bestie? Aaron ain't big enough. He ain't A-list yet. That's what you're trying to say.
His presence generates Instagram reports and Twitter commentary, but it doesn't translate into album sales, streams, or consistent media momentum. The optics of the relationship also highlight a kind of desperation that fans and critics can sense. By leaning into a relationship that feels orchestrated, she risks undermining the authenticity that once made her stand out. Audiences are savvy enough to recognize when a pairing feels manufactured, and rather than boosting her profile, it creates skepticism about her motives. That skepticism erodes credibility, especially when the music itself fails to command attention on its own.
Damn. Ooh, this analysis is making me uncomfortable. On her behalf. Ooh, Lord.
In this current landscape, attention spans are short, and stunts fade quickly unless they are attached to groundbreaking content. Without a hit single or a viral moment to accompany the visibility, the relationship becomes a headline with no follow-up. For Teyana, who has spent years trying to convince the public that she deserves to be mentioned alongside the most respected names in R&B, this kind of hollow attention doesn't help her cause. It adds to the noise rather than sharpening her artistic identity. Teyana has long craved recognition as a music powerhouse, but it's just not sticking for her. Fans appear to be more fixated on her personal life, the issues she was having with Iman's community payness, and her love for munching on women's fish tacos.
Bestie, now come on now. Now, you didn't have to say it like that. You didn't. You didn't have to say it like that.
Despite this recent flop, Teyana is still fighting for a spotlight that once seemed guaranteed, and she's still searching for that moment where the world finally sees her fully. Whether she ever gets that moment, well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. If you enjoyed this video, let us know down below. And thanks.
Yeah, I think she's talented. I think she is talented, and regardless relationship or not, of course they love to pair people up like this. It's not even surprising in the industry that they pair or match make people. I mean, all of this is self-explanatory. Has been pretty much exposed on um Empire, Star. I think there are a couple of movies that also talk about the entertainment um way of life as well. So I just think that regardless, she's talented. Just that people are more interested in her personal life, and especially if she doesn't want a career to surround drama in her life, then are you to blame her? You're not to blame her, because people love it messy, and it's just so sad that people don't see real talent, but rather they choose um what they call it, they choose messy over talent, right? But again, it's all for the best. Regardless, if she still want to continue with the music, fine. If she wants to do something else, maybe acting, quite all right. I think she's quite a good actress as well. I've seen a couple of her movies, and she actually did great in those movies, right? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Regardless, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.